You know that AI assistant on your phone or the smart speaker in your kitchen? Ever wonder if it's really working for you? Today, we're going to dive into something called OpenClaw, a project that is completely flipping the script on personal AI. And yeah, it's all about putting you back in the driver's seat.
I mean, think about it. We use Siri, Alexa, all those guys practically every single day. But have you ever just stopped for a second and asked, where is all my data actually going? Who's really pulling the strings in these conversations? And that question right there leads us perfectly into our first big idea. Your AI, your rules. This is all about why it's so important to have complete control over your own AI, and we're going to look at how you can finally break free from the limitations of the mainstream assistants. So on one side, you've got the big tech assistants. They kind of lock you into their ecosystem, don't they? And every time you talk to them, your data gets sent off to their servers. But on the other hand, you've got OpenClaw. It's a totally different philosophy. It's self-hosted, which is just a fancy way of saying your data stays on your devices. Total privacy. And that, well, that unlocks some truly unlimited potential.
Okay, so what is this alternative then? Let's get into it and meet your own personal lobster.
So what is OpenClaw? At its heart, it's a personal AI assistant that you run on your own stuff. Your home computer, a server, whatever you've got. And because it's running locally, right there with you, it is incredibly fast. And it's always on, always ready when you need it. And you might see this tagline floating around. Exfoliate, exfoliate. You're probably thinking, what on earth does that mean? Honestly, it's just a bit of fun. It's this playful nod to the fact that this isn't some polished, sterile corporate AI. It's quirky, it's driven by its community, and it's got a real personality. Okay, next up, an assistant everywhere. So how does this actually fit into your daily life? Well, the really cool part is it's not another app you have to install. Instead, it just intelligently weaves itself into all the tools you're already using. Just think about all the apps you use to chat with people. WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Discord, heck, even iMessage and Microsoft Teams. OpenClaw connects to all of them. It literally meets you wherever you are. There's no new app to learn, no new workflow to figure out. It just works. So let's walk through what a day with OpenClaw might look like. It's 7 a.m. You're just waking up. Instead of fumbling for your phone, you can just ask out loud, hey, what's on my schedule today? Or what's the weather like? That's the voice wake mode. Your daily briefing, totally hands-free. All right, now it's 8:30, you're on your way to work, you've got that long, complex email you need to write. You can just dictate the whole thing, OpenClaw drafts it up for you, and it's just sitting there, ready to send from your computer or your phone whenever you get a free moment. Let's fast forward to 11 a.m. You're in Slack, and someone drops a link to a super long article. Instead of breaking your focus, you can just tell your assistant right there in the chat, hey, go to this webpage and give me the key points. How awesome is that? It's got first-class browser control, so it brings the info right to you. Okay, this next feature is really unique. It's 3 p.m., you're in a meeting, brainstorming. You can use something called the Live Canvas. You can literally ask it to create a mind map or a flowchart of what everyone's talking about live right in front of the whole team. It's a fantastic tool for collaboration. And let's wrap up the day. It's 7 p.m., you're making dinner, your hands are messy. You remember you need to text a friend. You can just say, hey, message Chris on iMessage and ask if we're still on for Saturday. And boom, it's done. It's this perfect, seamless bridge between your voice and all your different chat apps. So you're probably wondering, how does all of this magic actually happen? Let's get into it. Section 4, the power of the claw. We're going to take a quick peek under the hood. Okay, don't worry, this isn't going to get too technical. They use this fantastic lobster analogy to explain the whole setup. The gateway is like the central nervous system, connecting everything together. The channels, your messaging apps, those are the claws, reaching out and interacting with the world. The Pi agent is the brain, of course, doing all the heavy lifting and thinking. And your devices, your phone, your computer, those are its senses. So here's what happens when you send a command, broken down into 4 simple steps. 1, you type a message in, say Telegram. 2, the gateway, that nervous system, receives it. 3, it zips it over to the agent brain to figure out what you want. And 4, the brain either performs an action, like browsing that website, or it sends a reply right back to you in Telegram. It's as simple as that. So we've seen what OpenClaw is and how it works. But now let's zoom out a little bit. Section 5, why this matters. Why is a project like this so incredibly important right now in today's world? It really just boils down to one powerful word: ownership. We live in a world where a handful of giant tech companies control so much of our digital lives. OpenClaw is a statement. It's a pushback against that. It's saying, hey, this is my data, these are my rules, and this is my AI.
And don't for a second think this is just some small niche project. Just look at this number, 146,000. That's how many stars it has on GitHub. That is a massive amount of support from the developer community. It's a huge signal that people are hungry for this. They are ready for a private, powerful, and truly personal AI.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. If you had an AI that was completely 100% yours to command, no limits, nobody else's rules, what would you build with it? What would you create? Because once you tear down those walls, the possibilities, well, they're pretty much endless.